What if the reason some people stay poor isn't because they don't work hard enough? Think about it. The construction worker lifting bricks for 12 hours a day. The delivery driver racing through traffic from morning till midnight. The factory employee doing overtime every single week. They work harder than most millionaires ever will. So why are they still struggling? Why does hard work sometimes lead to survival, but not success? Because poverty is not always a money problem. Sometimes, it's a psychology problem. And once you understand this, you'll never look at success the same way again. Most people are taught one dangerous belief from childhood. Work hard, and life will reward you. Sounds motivational, right? But the world doesn't pay people based on effort. It pays people based on value, leverage, and decisions. A man digging a hole with a shovel may work 100 times harder than a businessman sitting in an office. But the businessman earns more because his mind creates systems, while the worker only trades time for money. That's the trap. Poor people are often conditioned to believe that being busy means being productive. So they stay trapped in survival mode. Wake up, work, pay bills, sleep, repeat, year after year. And slowly, their dreams shrink. Not because they are lazy, but because exhaustion kills imagination. When your brain is constantly stressed about rent, food, debt, and survival, it stops thinking long-term. Psychologists call this the scarcity mindset. A poor mind doesn't think about building wealth in 10 years. It thinks about surviving until next Friday. And survival mode is dangerous, because when people are desperate, they make emotional decisions. They buy things to feel temporary happiness. They avoid risks because failure feels deadly. They stay in toxic jobs because security feels safer than opportunity. Over time, fear becomes comfort, and comfort becomes a prison. But here's the most heartbreaking part. Many hardworking people secretly believe wealthy people are different, smarter, luckier, more talented. So without realizing it, they stop trying to escape. They work hard, but never work strategically. And strategy changes everything. Rich people ask, how can I make money work for me? Poor people ask, how can I work more hours? One mindset creates freedom. The other creates exhaustion. Look closely at the world. The people who become wealthy are rarely the ones working the hardest physically. They are the people who learn skills, understand human behavior, build networks, take calculated risks, and most importantly, they think differently, because money follows psychology before it follows effort. That's why two people can earn the same salary, but one stays broke forever while the other becomes financially free. One spends to impress. The other invests to grow. One escapes stress through entertainment. The other escapes stress through education. One blames the system for everything. The other studies the system until they understand how to use it. And no, this doesn't mean poverty is always someone's fault. Some people are born into impossible situations. Some face corruption, lack of education, family pressure, or bad luck. But psychology still matters, because the moment a person changes the way they think, they start changing the way they act. And actions repeated for years become destiny. The truth is, hard work alone is not enough anymore. If effort alone created wealth, every laborer would be rich. In today's world, the most valuable skill is not just working hard. It's learning how money works, how people think, and how opportunities are created. Because your mind can either be your greatest asset, or the invisible cage keeping you poor. So the real question is not, are you working hard? The real question is the way you think helping you escape, or keeping you trapped? And that answer changes everything.